Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
How goes it on those glorious of glorious Thursdays?
It is hot as balls in Atlanta.
It's 66 degrees in your basement. This is the antithesis
Which
of hot
is
in Atlanta.
fantastic.
I'm shivering in my boots.
You're from Minnesota. It's like negative 37 up there most of the time.
Yeah, but I don't sit outside. I go inside.
Yeah, but then
where my thermostat gets cranked up to like 80.
Dear God, you know how to burn through some money.
Actually, the beautiful thing about Minnesota, the place I lived, it was heat pipes off of the steam. So guess how much I paid for heat? Nada. Zero.
Nice.
Zilch.
Nice.
Nada.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I could crank on my thermostat to like full blast, make me melt, because that was glorious.
That's terrible.
Now I have to pay for heat, and it's very disappointing. So,
You don't need to pay for heat in Atlanta. It's never going to get cold enough.
I'm pretty sure during the winter you got some heat, yeah.
I barely turn on the heat.
It's gonna get okay. There's days when it gets down to like 30 degrees and a high of 40. You got
And the interior of the house would be about 67. That's within boundaries.
without heat on.
Yeah.
I don't have such a luxury.
Okay, let's just get into this, shall we?
What are we getting into?
We're getting into some crazy game talk and whatnot, but first off, let me just open her up and... Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I have to.
Yeah, well, you have to. Makes it sound like it's a gun to your head that you do not have a choice in such a
Fine.
matter.
Excuse me. I prefer to.
There you go. That's the spirit. You prefer to kill yourself
I'm
early.
not killing myself.
I'm pretty sure you are.
No. Last night was getting close to killing myself.
Well, touche.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, last night and every single Wednesday, if you're in the Atlanta area, is a very, very, very highly competitive, extremely difficult trivia
Very difficult.
at a location called Battle and Brew.
Battle and Brew.
Zealeus and I took part in the trivia, and we ended up with negative 2 points.
Well, we ended the first half with 13 points, and then we got to the final question with 13 points.
We didn't answer a single question correctly in the second half of the game.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Sadly, they don't ask me questions I actually know, like, what is the mascot of the Atlanta hockey team? I would know that.
Atlanta doesn't have a hockey team. It's just a question.
See?
Ha!
I would have known the answer. It would have been perfect. I could have answered it, but no.
All right, so as many of you know, San Diego Comic-Con, I think it's just wrapped up. I think it's done now.
I think so.
Okay.
I
Well,
stopped seeing awesome, epic pictures of getting your picture taken with, everybody.
so here's my deal, okay? And I'm just going to lay it out there. When I hear Comic-Con,
Okay.
I think comics, not movies. Now, yes. Okay, fine. Suicide Squad, that's based on a movie. Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, that's a comic. And Deadpool's a comic. But I don't know, I just feel like... Well, actually, the reason why I bring this up is that there were quite a few artists at Comic-Con who staged, I don't want to say a protest, but they basically set themselves up in a bar down the street from San Diego Comic-Con, kept the bar happy by continuing to pay bar tabs and all that stuff, and they had about a maximum 50 people at a time in this bar, and everybody who went into the bar was basically buying at least a drink, and they got to hang out with the comic artists, a more intimate setting. The comic artists did commission work, and
Well, okay, so San Diego Comic-Con, it's maybe expanded beyond its original humble roots of just being...
I would say that it has left its humble roots and now is focused more on Hollywood. Because from my understanding, a lot of artists have a lot of gripes with these Comic-Cons because it's no longer about the comics. If you want the best experience, the most intimate experience, and not be like smushed in like sardines, you go to the comic book section of the Comic-Con. Because no one's there.
At the Comic-Con? That's crazy talk.
I know. They all want to talk to the TV stars and the movie stars. And
Like Jennifer Lawrence. She was there.
Yeah. Mystique, right?
And also Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah, no.
What?
You know.
Why are you... Okay, you got to...
No, I'm pretty sure that she was actually there for just the X-Men part. I don't think she was there for the Hunger Games.
But the discussion of the Hunger Games definitely came up at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, it definitely came up. I'm just saying.
Anyways.
Or like a Game of Thrones, which is not a comic book. It's a book. Yeah, it's still there. Haha. I'm just saying it's...
Well, to be honest with you, there actually is a graphic novel interpretation of the Game of Thrones.
And someone's probably somewhere along the line made one of Katniss Everdeen too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just fan art.
So what's the difference?
Comic is publicly... it's published by a larger company.
So now it's almost like the distinction between like a known publicist.
You mean like a AAA title versus an indie title?
Yes, or like when we talk about ourselves as a journalist, of established journalists with credentials versus us. So now we're splitting the hairs that we get annoyed by with the distinction of what makes a true comic versus fan art. It's the same exact thing.
I know. I'm just trying to push your buttons.
And you've created a great discussion along the way. Thank you.
Hello, Rhino Party.
Rhino Party. Is that a party with rhinos? That
Here, can you put this on the charger?
I will charge the charger.
Yes.
Beautiful. Wow.
Sorry, my mouse is dead, so.
My cat ate the mouse. It's a terrible thing.
It is terrible.
I should bring my cat over.
All right, so, okay, yeah, Comic-Con. You saw the trailers, right?
Yeah, and I actually started because of so I've had for a while Suicide Squad, and based off of the comic book, the trailer, I started finally reading Suicide Squad. One thing that immediately grabbed my attention was Deadpool. Because you see the trailers with Will Smith being Deadpool.
His name's not Deadpool.
I'm sorry, not Deadpool. Deadshot.
Yeah.
I'm having my Deads mixed up. So Deadshot, sorry, from the comic I was just naming, Suicide Squad. So Will Smith, he doesn't really play, bad people or villains or shit like that. And now he's supposed to play, I don't want to give too much of the actual Suicide Squad, but he's kind of a badass who kind of does bad things. So it's kind of like, wait, really? Will Smith, is he going to be that type of character?
Would you say he's a BAMF?
I don't know what that means.
Badass motherfucker.
In the comics, yes, absolutely. And
no, I'm just saying it's Will Smith.
No.
Okay.
He's not. He's just not. It's not Will Smith. So now you see that, and you also if you also watch the trailer, he definitely doesn't come off as a BAMF, as you so eloquently put it. So that's kind of my skepticism. I mean, overall, the trailer definitely looks fun. I'm sure I'll see it when it comes out in August of 2016. It's one of those things we'll just have to wait and see, but definitely the comic book is fun reading so far. And I've heard good things about it. That's why I finally got it.
Nice. Okay.
What about you? Did you see any trailers? Or
I saw the pirated version of the Deadpool trailer.
Nice.
I also saw the Suicide Squad one. I did not see the Batman one, so I don't know.
I just don't really care about Batman anymore. I'm gonna be honest.
But it's Ben Affleck, man.
Which is why I really don't care. I'm gonna be honest. Ben Affleck and Batman. Sorry, no.
I don't know. Well, anyway.
I'd rather see George Clooney again.
God, no. Oh, God. Ugh.
That's how I feel about Ben Affleck as Batman.
Affleck is better than Clooney in Batman. I'm just saying.
Okay. All I'm going to say...
Look, if you could get...
Ben Affleck has already been terrible in one superhero movie.
Well,
why are we going to expect it to be any better in a second one?
All right. Once again, what's your opinion of Batman vs. Superman? Okay. So, I've not seen the trailer. I do have my doubts. Warner Brothers, it does not have the best track record when it comes to producing comic book movies. But from my understanding, they are getting a little bit better. I don't know.
Well, it seems like most of the comic book movies are at least getting better, generally speaking.
Because Marvel's actually producing it now. That's why.
So they're helping to bring up like the treasures of the earth to actually. They're raising the bar for all the other franchises.
But the thing is, Hollywood still doesn't give a shit. You make money and they don't care. But
Marvel still cares.
Yeah, and Marvel does, but Hollywood doesn't.
Well, Marvel is a part of Hollywood now, I have to tell you. Okay.
No. No, if Marvel is part of Hollywood, then we would be getting Spider-Man 3.
You could still be a part of Hollywood, but not actually fall into the pit of shitty Hollywoodness.
No. See, Marvel's writers are not Hollywood writers. Therefore, they're not Hollywood, okay?
Okay.
All right, anyways, going back to it, shit. Where the hell is I going with this?
The world may never know.
Okay, so what's my opinion on Batman vs Superman? I will have to wait and see. I'm not. The moral is kind of like the Injustice comics.
I haven't read a whole lot of comic books. So when it comes to, Batman versus Superman or Injustice, I'm pretty much in the blank.
I'm gonna be
unless it's been a movie.
I was a Marvel kid growing up. You
didn't do the DC thing.
No, I was X-Men until my mom saw some of the X-Men covers and then wrote a nasty letter to Marvel saying what was it? The disgusting depiction of disproportionate.
I do remember being excited over collecting the X-Men cards and really wanted like the Storm card because, well, you're a juvenile.
So my main one was Spider-Man, and especially Spider-Man 2099. I know that everyone's like 2099s are terrible, but I really enjoyed 2099. I grew up with Spider-Man because Spider-Man was a safe comic in my household.
I don't know, man. Peter Parker is a pretty crazy guy.
Anyways, so yeah, I've done like the one-offs. I read The Killing Joke, which is Batman, which is pretty intense. Not gonna lie, it's pretty intense. The Watchmen is also DC.
Yeah, I don't know. Watchmen didn't do it for me.
Okay, so Marvel topics. Okay, so real quick, just to wrap up a little bit of this discussion about comic book movies, Deadpool, of course, is coming out as well. During the Pirated trailer, Ryan Reynolds does make a poke and go, "Oh God, just make sure you don't put me in anything green after the surgery to save his life," because apparently he's dying. And so this is, I think, the first R-rated Marvel movie, but it has to be. I mean, Deadpool has to be. He's the anti-hero. Speaking of which, I was just watching. Oh my gosh, Will Wheaton's tabletop games, and he was playing a game on his show that was based around the Marvel universe, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called now.
You're trying to look it up right now as we speak. Yes. I can tell you're frantically searching. Come on, you can do it. I wish I could tell you because I have no idea.
Hold on, I'll get it. Legendary, which is a deck building game. You can either do co-op or you can do versus. And you can get characters, and one of the characters that kept coming up was Deadpool. So I'm very interested for Ryan Reynolds does not have a very good track record outside of Van Wilder. Let's just be honest.
It's been terrible. Green Lantern, maybe you want to try.
Okay, see, Green Lantern is why Hollywood should stay the fuck away from comic book movies.
The two big ones are coming. So you got Batman and Deadpool, who've already both had shitty actor experiences in previous superhero incarnations.
No. But look, did they not get Batman on a much better track in the last three with Christian Bale?
Well, Christian Bale definitely helped that fact out.
Right, exactly. But there was someone new and someone who actually knew about the comic books.
Christian Bale can actually act.
No, it takes more than just an actor to make a good movie. I mean, there's some amazing actors out there who have been in some shitty ass movies.
Well, for Ryan Reynolds' sake, I hope Deadpool is just a rated R comedy. Otherwise, it's going to suck. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what Deadpool is. It's supposed to be over the top, grotesque, comical killing.
I guess we'll see it comes out that way.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, we do have a couple games that I want to. There's a couple topics we want to talk about revolving around the games, video games. The games of video games, PC games, that type of flavor. So there was a game that I played, and I'm going to try desperately to keep the name out because I want to write the review before I reveal the name. Deadpool will have a sex scene. Probably.
It is
and to be honest with you, I don't know if it will be with a woman. Because Deadpool seems to be like, he would fuck a corpse. That that seems like twisted Deadpool logic.
He's adventurous.
Yeah. He's like, I wear red so that you don't see me bleed. This guy's got the right idea. He's wearing brown pants. And then he shoots him, and he shoots himself. So, ta-da!
Deadpool's kind of crazy.
Anyways, so we were talking, this kind of segues here. You know, there's some amazing actors that end up in shitty movies because the script is terrible. Then you have some amazing scripts, and the actors can't act out of a paper bag. Beyonce. It's the truth. But this also falls into video games.
Wait, what movie was Beyonce in that had a great script?
It doesn't matter. Any movie that has Beyonce, it was ruined.
Okay.
So there could have been a good script, but you would never know. You would never know because she no.
Doubtful.
Yeah.
Doubtful. The Magic 8 Ball says doubtful.
You never know. Anyways, so there are some amazing games out there. Well, okay, there's some potentially amazing games out there that have all the right pieces at it, but they miss something. Like, you know, the movies, they have the great actors, but they don't have the great script. Sometimes video games, we talked about this last week. Sometimes you have all the right pieces, you have a dialogue-heavy system, and you have no voice acting. And there's nothing to break up basically the reading. You know, if there were some sound effects, as you know, oh, you shot your gun and you hear a or a gun sound, whatever, breaking glass or something. Any actions instead of this, you know, this like I want to say monotonous, but kind of, you know, that procedural cop music that's always in the background, but on like, you know, just extra low. The game I'm talking, that game is called The Detail. Great. I like the story. I love the characters. I love the script. But for the love of God, just someone voice something. Or add some sound effects. There's another game out there that I've been playing a lot of. It is a 4X strategy game. It is turn-based, and it has a lot of complexity, but that does not translate into having a fun game. It's like, look, Civilization can get really boring, but there are pieces of Civilization or Alpha Centauri or
any of the Sid Meier games, basically.
Yeah.
Colonization.
Yeah, Colonization, whatever.
Master of Orion.
There's something to it
Master of Magic.
that keeps you entertained.
Just one more turn, man. Just
exactly.
One more turn.
With this game, you're just like, oh my god, one more turn and maybe it'll be good.
So what is missing from the game that makes it so not fun?
Well, to be honest with you, and I don't want to be a dick because I'll be the first
to admit, like Deadpool be a dick.
I don't have any artistic talent, but I think that maybe like a refresh of there's like pieces of like static graphics that look good, but the vast majority of the game is really plain. Another thing is that I would have liked to see a little bit of animation in the game. When you have everything, and this is one of the big issues I had with a game called Deity Quest. Deity Quest looked like, it was on the PC, but it looked like a mobile game where all of the characters were in one pose the entire time. And their action was just an image that flashed on top of them. So if like they attacked and it was like with a sword, you see the sword icon just flash real quick.
But it's part of that our expectations of games nowadays, because you look at like Civilization 2, which is one of the most popular of all time.
Right.
It didn't have a whole lot of graphics going on.
But it had some kind of it had some kind of indicator.
Yeah, but it didn't really have.
But so you heard sounds. Okay, you weren't doing tactical battles.
Yeah.
Where you've got this, that, and like, oh well, I'll flank them this way and do this.
Well, no, definitely not.
But this game that I'm talking about, literally the attacking is there's no movement, and Civilization, I don't think. Was there? There might have been a little bit of animation, not a ton.
Well, you can
but they did have those QuickTime videos in there
for your Wonders of the World. Yes.
Right, exactly, and that kind of that made me excited every single time. I was like, oh yeah, video! I did something.
Actually, my favorite thing ever was back in the old versions. Is when you get when your people are happy with you and you could build your little tower.
You mean the throne?
The throne. Yeah. That was cool. I don't know why they took that out. That was awesome.
I know.
That was my favorite thing.
I don't know. Anyways, so this game, literally, the battling there's no indication. There's like I don't know how to describe it without giving away like
it's just missing something.
Like okay, for one thing, you're in a huge galaxy. I'm guessing galaxy, and every single spot is a planet. Okay, it's not a solar system. It's not a series of planets. It's just a planet.
So there's a lot of planets.
There's a lot of planets. And so you colonize. Okay, the first thing that's kind of weird is, so you have to send a scout ship to the planet. Then it has to explore it, and then that basically tells you that it is that this is indeed. Here's the name of the planet. Here is the different planetary routes that you could take, and then that's it. And then you have to do search for resources. Because you need to know what resources are there, and so so that's 2 turns. Actually, that's 3 turns. Round. That's 3 turns. You move. The next turn you explore, which basically tells you the name of the planet, and then on the 3rd round you look for resources. Okay, so you have so then you send your colony ship.
Okay.
Colony ship builds a city. And it, and you start, building different buildings to help with agriculture and money and science, research.
So your typical buildings in a 4x4 game.
Yeah. But first of all, there doesn't seem to be any correlation to the like what does
Ah.
damn it. What exactly does that I mean shit now you're
Well, I think it's a there you go. Now I feel better.
okay, anyways, one of the biggest issues. See, now, okay.
No, I just got it. Oh, I blew it all up.
Yeah, you did blow it all up. All right, stop. Don't touch anything. Zealeus is trying to screw with everything, guys. So
that's what I do, man. I just mess it up. That's how I roll.
Yeah, really bad, man. Anyways, okay. Shit, no, okay.
You were talking about the video game, and it wasn't much fun because it was missing stuff.
Yeah, it's just missing way too much. And I'll just stop there because I'm boring the shit on myself.
It's just like the game bored you.
Yeah.
I understand.
Oh, that's interesting. The ad is for Durex condoms going on the Twitch feed.
But it's maybe one of those cases where maybe they didn't have enough people outside their own development team playing it. We're like, dude, this is awesome. It's got a core element. It's got this and that. But
right,
they lost the funness.
Literally, they went through a checklist and said, yep, we got that, we got this, we got this, we got that, we got this, we got that, we got this. Everyone's going to love it. And apparently they did release it in a beta phase, and then they got a bunch of feedback. But maybe they needed a bigger sampling pool in order to get the correct answers that they were looking for. But, yeah.
But remember, though, we're in the age of patch it later, so they can come out and people realize it's not fun and they can patch it.
AAA titles can do the patch it later approach. For an independent developer, if their game isn't amazing day one, there's very little chance of it surviving, with the exception of if they have a known developer or designer that's working on it that they can that's attached to the title. If Ultra Confusion were to make a game tomorrow, and it turned out that I don't know, the boss fights were damn near impossible.
But isn't that a good boss fight? That it's challenging. It makes you think.
I mean, like you cannot beat the boss.
Okay, that's different.
Then we wouldn't survive that game. You would have to the hours upon hours upon hours that you have spent. You would now have to scrap the entire game and create something new. It may even change your company name because you're going to always be associated with that shitty experience. Whereas a AAA title, say Ubisoft, we'll say like Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed Unity.
I don't think they can change their name.
No, well, the thing is, Ubisoft is a big enough thing that people are just like, they give them the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they screwed up on this one. Well, I know you're not.
I don't think people... you really think people are going to give them the benefit of the doubt?
Yes. Do you know how many people want the new Assassin's Creed game? Even after the fiasco
I think
catastrophe
we're
that was
going to be
Unity?
a lot more skeptical when the next one comes out.
The pre-order sales have already surpassed Unity.
Really?
Yes.
That's terrible.
Because people are thinking, they got Unity wrong, they're absolutely going to get this one right. That's the mindset.
We just keep on bringing it upon. We bring our own demise down,
well, no
man.
shit. I mean, it's the same reason that EA makes Madden every single year. Yes, the new football season every year. Just give us a fucking roster update. Oh, no, but we do enhancements. Fuck enhancements.
You can update your own damn roster.
And stop turning off the servers after 2 years. There's enough people to keep those servers on to make it beneficial for everyone, okay? I'm just saying.
Service as a subscription, yeah. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, and the other thing is, we're literally knocking on the door of games no longer being the product, and they're going to be a service. And their game will be available to you when the developer / publisher says it's going to be. Of course, MMOs is a terrible example because you have to be online. But when you look at Diablo 3, SimCity 4,
yep,
or whatever it was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Where it's a single player game that has to always be online.
Someday it's going to go offline. The server is going to go offline, and what happens then to your game, to your beautiful characters?
They go bye-bye. And this, of course, opens up that can of worms called Second Life, which is, I spent real money to purchase property in Second Life. What happens if the Second Life servers shut down? I own that virtual property. Therefore, you should either give me a refund plus interest, or you can't shut down the servers.
It's a terrible predicament.
But do you think people are going to have that? I mean, what do you think is going to be?
Some people will think that way.
Right, but what do you think the general outcome is going to be? Everyone just, your
host.
Your SOL?
It's like any other MMO. I mean, every MMO now has some kind of, you can purchase extra crap in the game.
Right.
And, I mean, everyone has it, and they're all eventually going to shut down. And sorry, you're not going to win in a court of law. I'm not a lawyer, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't seem like you're going to win in a court of law. They're like, I should get my money back for my flying mount I bought. Because you shut down the servers, I can no longer access that flying mount. Sorry, people, it's just, that's the way you purchase your stuff online. And I think it's pretty well implied that, hey, guess what? It's not going to be around in perpetual existence.
Do they I mean, yes, but at the same time, that's an assumption. They don't literally write into the contract, by the way, we're shutting this shit down sometime in the future.
Does it actually do we know that? Is there some language in the contract that says that basically, like, we can take away this at any time, sucks to be you? I imagine there's something. Well, okay, so there's probably some kind of language.
There is some language that's being entered into certain EULAs, end user license agreements.
That we all read.
That are becoming a little bit more humorous over the fact that if you are a dick, or a tool, or a troll, or a flamer, you will get either permaban or
they'll call your mom.
Or they'll call your mom.
That's terrible.
Which would be hilarious. I would love for my mom to get a call. Excuse me, ma'am. I know your son is over 30 years old, but he was being a total douchebag to a bunch of kids, and I think you should really talk to him.
Yeah, that'd be a fun conversation over here. Yeah.
It'd be kind of creepy, though, if they figured out my mom's number, though.
That would be. I can give it to everybody. But to go back to your original question, no, I think, Second Life, you purchase property, the server shut down, your SOL. That's what it should be to me.
I think we're really talking. I mean, it's the difference between a physical good and a digital good. A digital good can be taken away. A physical good, unless the repo men come to your door, you're gonna have it, even if that company goes out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you still see Datsuns and is Saturn gone yet?
Oh yeah, Saturn's been gone for a long time.
What's the other one? Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile's gone, right?
Correct.
Yeah. But people still have those cards.
Well, if it still works, yeah, why not?
And they can still get them serviced.
This is true. It just might start to cost a little extra money as those parts go out of production, especially if they're European.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, European cars are going to cost anyways.
Well, cars cost money anyways.
So.
Yo. So what do you think of the whole digital thing? Should, games be able to, Second Life shuts down tomorrow. What happens to your digital goods? What is your opinion of this predicament that may arise?
As a hero of the consumer, I say we're probably fucked. But would I like to have more rights in, I wish, in a perfect world, I wish that there was a way that if enough people were to come together, they could save a digital product in order to allow that to still survive. I don't know what that would
saying,
entail.
like hosting their own server, like fakes?
No, just showing enough fan support to force them to keep everything alive.
Even if it doesn't make economic sense?
Economic? What the hell is economic?
I started to say one word and it switched into economic sense. Like it was a mid-brain fart of
economic sense there.
It's my special form of online video game economics.
Okay, so let's look at this. If it's an MMO and you have an X amount of people, you've got to reach this number. If there's enough people there, then it probably would make economic sense.
But at the same time, though, if you're looking for a publisher, if you have game 1 out now, that let's just say you can make a 10% profit because you have a critical mass. Or you could devote those resources towards that game and come out with MMO number 2 and make a 50% profit. So yes, you can keep MMO 1 around and make a little bit of profit, but as we all know, you want to make more profit than before, so you're going to go, we're shutting that down so we can concentrate all of our efforts on MMO number 2.
And then you have Evercrack 2. And then everyone screaming, no! What did you do? Or you have Star Wars Galaxy 2.0, and everyone, no!
Well, people are already
what
bitching.
What did you do?
People are already bitching about World of Warcraft because they're worried that whatever the current raid is the last raid in the game until the next expansion comes out next summer. So people have already capped out what you can do in World of Warcraft for a year, basically. So we're like, what the hell, Blizzard?
Well, yeah, of course.
And now they wait for the movie to come out, where the pauldrons keep on getting bigger, bigger to show your EP.
No, they're making it actually look like in game. I mean, yes, he's a hero of all the people, and
he killed Hogger,
and he's wearing very small, delicate armor.
I really want to see Hogger make a special appearance. I'm just saying. That or Leroy Jenkins, one of the two.
I think Leroy Jenkins will probably be in there. There'll probably be some kind of like cameo of someone in the background going, Leroy Jenkins! He gets like paying gigs to like show up to places. Like, you had like 15 minutes of fame and people are still going, oh my god, it's Leroy Jenkins!
Dude, if I had this kind of fame, people paid me to show up to gigs,
I know.
I'd be there screaming out, Leroy.
I know, but the same thing, but...
Hey man, you take that 15 minutes of fame and you make it work for you. Why not?
Alright, fine, whatever.
Hey, it worked for Rick Astley with being Rickrolled.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Rickrolled. Okay.
Because I'm never going to give you up, yo.
For the love of God, shh. I do want to bring... There was some tragic news that happened over the week. Iwata, the acting CEO and president of Nintendo, tragically passed away because of a bile duct growth. He, of course, is one of those success stories that everyone wants to achieve. He started as a programmer and basically worked all the way up the ladder to become the head and main face of Nintendo.
And what JRPG on the Super Nintendo did he in large part program?
Earthbound,
aka
Mother 2. You put Mother on there, you don't get any points. You son of a bitch.
That was a trivia question from last night. We were so close yet so far away.
I know I shouldn't have been a smartass, and I thought maybe extra credit, maybe.
Nope, no credit for you because we had to on our extra smarty pants in this.
I know.
I didn't have a damn clue, so I can't really give him too much shit about it. So yeah, it's he really ushered in the whole era of the Wii. And I know as much shit people like to give the Wii over all the shovelware and how it's just in retirement homes. It really did help to usher in a new era of how we interact with our video games and how we think about interacting with our video games. That was really the first system where people got off their ass and really interacted like that. It's the system that our parents actually played. Our parents, they bought a damn Nintendo Wii because they could get up and bowl and stuff. So it really did something revolutionary, and now, now we're on to the whole virtual reality movement, which I don't think if you had the Wii would probably be as far along as it is now. Because it's just that whole idea of what's the next phase and that integration with your video games.
Well, I think, it's obvious. Because of the Wii, you saw the emergence of the Project Natal, a.k.a. the Kinect. And then, of course, the PlayStation Eye started coming out with with what I like to call the lollipop sticks, which no.
You didn't do lollipops?
No.
You weren't a raver?
No. And as a result, that really pushed in more interactiveness or interactivity for all, and that, of course, made the VR come to the forefront again. VR's been around for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I know that some people are like, "Oh my God, this is like."
I remember playing at Dave and Buster's in like the '90s.
I think VR's been around since like the '70s.
But I remember we go to Dave and Buster's, you play. I remember getting you'd step into like this big thing and have like the helmet go over your head. It was pretty awesome.
See, I've never been to Dave and Buster's.
It was pretty cool. Well, we only went because back in the day, my dad he ran a business and stuff, and every year they had the Christmas party. And there was always leftover gift cards. So guess who got the gift cards? Because he's the boss. So we go, and that's the only reason we went to Dave & Buster's. Because Dave & Buster's is bloody expensive out of your own pocket. So we would never go there on our own, understandably so. I mean, you go through $20 quicker there than a casino, which is pretty sad. Anyway, so yeah, VR has been around for a long time. And I know we've talked about VR a number of times and how it's the next logical incrementation of interactivity with your devices, be it through some kind of Facebookish style to interact with your friends, or video games, or doing the 3D effect watching movies. Whole plethora of.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but there was one of the latest film festivals. One of the indie films that was shown there was actually done with a Oculus Rift interaction where you moved around the scene and you got to see the story play out. So you had to be, you didn't change the story, but you actually were, instead of the camera running through the woods, you'd be running through the woods after the character.
Which is interesting because it's almost borderline a video game.
Right.
You're not changing the story like you do in video games, but if you think about video games, really, what's the difference between a movie and a video game? In a movie, you're being guided. You have no control over where it goes, versus video game, you control it. That's really the main difference. So now, some of the VR, you can potentially have kind of even more of what's the difference between the two, which can make things interesting.
Right. I mean, you couldn't have like an open world movie. I don't know how that would work, but you could definitely do something that would be like on rails, where you just follow the path, and as you follow the path, the stuff gets played out in front of you.
I think we're onto something.
I know. How do we get an Oculus Rift and a bunch of high-tech equipment so we can make an awesome movie?
Let's just go beg Mark Zuckerberg for one.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna buy it. I mean, we could try.
I heard he's a pretty cool guy. That's what I've been told. Don't really know the guy personally, though.
No, well.
It's unfortunate.
It is. Quite unfortunate. So, yes, VR, blah, blah, blah.
It's coming.
I've totally gone.
We were talking about Nintendo dude passed away.
Oh, yes. It's sad to see someone go that young. I mean,
he wasn't that old, yeah.
No, he's 55.
Yeah, it's not far away.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that young.
I know, man. That could be us.
Yeah, 22 years.
Try not to think about it.
All right, let's get to a happier subject here. Now, I know that everyone has probably heard us talk about a game called Sproggywood. Sproggywood is this fantastic game by Freehold Games that's available on both tablets and PC.
And Mac.
And Mac through Steam. And the company, Freehold Games, they've also created another game. And actually, this game predates Sproggywood, but now they're trying to put it into like the mainstream. And that game, of course, is Caves of Cud.
Of course.
And this game is supposed to be just unrelenting. You've got to be on your A game or you will die type of game. So I guess the best way to put it would be it's kind of like if Dark Souls was a 2D roguelike adventure.
That sounds really hard.
Yes.
I probably wouldn't last long. I'd probably just break something. Like my monitor. In frustration.
Yeah,
I don't like losing.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm not good at it. I'm a bad loser. And I don't win very often, so it's just kind of sad.
I'm sorry.
I know, but it's terrible. I'm just going to drink more lemonade.
Okay, you do what you need to do. Yeah. But anyways, Caves of Cud, they have, I believe they're trying, hold on.
I'm holding.
They've got early access, which, look, I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, no, not early access!
All right, I stop,
I agree, Arla.
I have a problem with early access, and I've mentioned this many times, both on this show and also at conventions when we do our talks. Early access, to me, what early access is, and I know that sometimes this isn't the truth, but the vast majority of the time when you do early access, what it's screaming to me is, we need you to pay us to QA our game. Plus, we ran out of money. We really need to gauge how much, how important this game is to people. If we don't get enough game, then we're just going to have to scrap the game.
And that's how I feel about Kickstarter. We don't have an actual product out. We can't find somebody to actually fund our games. We need random Joes on the street to do it. I feel that Kickstarter is no better than early access.
I disagree.
I know you do. But I to me, both of them scream, hey, we don't have a full product.
Early access, there's no guarantee that you get your money back. Kickstarter, there's now a guarantee that they have to pay you the money back.
It's only because Kickstarter, you actually have a company overseeing everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But and to be honest with you,
I guess there is fundamentally to me.
There is a change that is occurring at Kickstarter or for Kickstarter campaigns, and that's really. I think there's still going to be people out there who are going to try to sell you on a concept. But I think that a lot of people now truly understand that they have to look at Kickstarter as, hey, we made this product and we need your help to push it over the edge.
Which is how I feel about early access.
No!
Yes!
No, damn it!
Why not?
They could sell it today. They could sell the entire thing today.
Kickstarter?
What's happening on Kickstarter is people have created a product.
Are we talking about products or video games?
Video games. People
have Kickstarter video games all the time that they can't sell today.
Okay, numbnuts. Hold on. Time out. Look, here's what a lot of people are doing on Kickstarter, right? This is what's changing from how Kickstarter used to be. It used to be, hey, I've got this cool idea. Give me a shit ton of money. Let's make it happen. Now, you're seeing an influx of a lot of people who have made the product, who have sold it locally, who are thinking if it is viable to a wider audience. Help me spread out my product now.
Okay.
That's different than early access. Early access, we got sort of something that you can look at. We need you to pay us so that you can play it. It's going to be shit, but versus, look, we have a product that we want to get. It's like it would be like an author, okay? He's written the book. He has sold copies at local book fairs or something. I don't know where the fuck he sent it. Whatever. And now he's looking for a way to see if he can get the book into more people's hands. So he utilizes Kickstarter, so people pay for it, and then they can get like T-shirts and stuff. And that, of course, is a great way to campaign because he's getting the money instead of him having to pay the money if he plays it right. Now, of course, he'll probably have to put some money up front to get the marketing stuff rolling, but hopefully he makes everything back and then gets the product out, and then enough people say, "Oh my God, this is amazing!" And then he can put it, in bookstores or Amazon and whatever. Of course, there's another company out. There's a couple other places out there you can do that. One, of course, is Inkshare, and that's where I got this book, Gary Whitta's Abomination.
How do you think of it so far?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. When I started reading it, I was a little bit, I don't want to say like depressed, but I was like, oh man, this is going to be like real history stuff. I'm sorry. I like, fantasy. I like dragons and magic and stuff like that.
Old school high fantasy.
Demons,
Swords.
succubuses, swords.
Sex.
With creatures of the Fae, whatever. But so, the first couple of pages, I'm like, oh man, it's going to be a history lesson. I don't really do history lessons. And then
yet you're ready, Game of Thrones.
Look, Game of Thrones has dragons in it.
But it's a history book.
It's not a history book.
It's written in basically, to me, Game of Thrones is basically like the medieval ages if dragons existed. And it's written like a history novel. Which is not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But it's written like a history novel that just happens to have a little bit of dragons in it.
No. See, a history novel would not kill all of the big leaders constantly.
But that's what happened in history. People died in history all the time.
Not with, not in that short span of time. Oh my God, no.
Okay, now we're just splitting hairs.
Yes,
the time frame that people died is what makes it not like history.
Whatever, dude. Anyways, Abomination. There's a nice little twist in there, and now it's gotten a little bit more fantasy. Fantasy-y.
Fantastically.
And I'm now completely on board. I'm going to read the entire thing, write up a review.
Excellent.
On probably on Alter Confusion, and then of course on Amazon and anywhere else I could think of. Because Gary Whitta is the man.
Goodreads.
Goodreads, yeah.
That's the popular one.
Yeah. I got into Goodreads as a result of a book group that I'm not going to name because it is a little embarrassing that I am a part of this book group.
Hey, embrace your inner awesomeness. Come on.
No, I can't say it.
Is it like Girls Want It on Top?
No. No, it's not. No. I'll tell you this. The book group is run by Felicia Day and her friends.
There's nothing wrong with Felicia Day, anything.
No. But it's like fantasy romance novels. That's how I got into a ton of books.
Well, you got me to read the Parasol Park Torrent.
Yeah. So it worked!
There you go.
Yes. So I played some Defiance. I know, crazy. For the first time in...
What?
6 months? 6 months? Has it really been 6 months? Probably 6 months. Anyways, went back to Defiance. It's a little bit laggy. I'm hoping that was just that night. Because it would really suck if it was just super laggy all the time now. I mean,
were people still playing?
Oh God, yes.
They're still active?
Oh my God, yes.
Nice.
Well, the thing is, in Defiance, because it's tied to the TV show, okay, let me explain something about Defiance, the game versus the TV show. The TV show happens around St. Louis.
Yep.
The game happens around San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
So you may see characters cross between the two, but it's not going to be a constant interaction. So you've got the world, you've got the characters, but you're in a different part of the world. Yep. The thing is, the number of memberships greatly increases in Defiance once the TV series starts. One, because you get the unlock codes.
Oh yeah.
That you can then use to unlock cool, interesting stuff.
I used to log in just to do that.
Yeah. but there was definitely a lot of people. I did one of those events where you've got like the this is no, it wasn't an arc fall. Even though that I have the I've got the expansion that allows me to go inside the arc fall, like when it's a major one, which is awesome, by the way, because you can get some really cool shit. But I was good. I mean, it took me a little bit of time. I've not really remastered sniping yet, but it's only a matter of time, guys.
How many expansions is that game even up to now?
1, 2. Okay, so unpaid there's 2 or 3, and then paid there's 4. I think. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, I mean, it's still a solid game. And the one thing that, and I will go back to this every single time, what I love about Defiance is you do not have to be forced to party within 2 hours of starting the game. You can solo that bad boy all the way through. And that's what I do. But the beautiful thing is they've got these, there's like a world events that occur, and some people jump in and they interact or they start shooting and whatever. And you can get credit for that. And, you don't even have to talk to these people.
There you go. You can be antisocial to your heart's desire.
Absolutely. I'm an antisocial MMO, okay? Jesus.
So speaking of Defiance, Trine Worlds, the publisher of them, they're now in beta signups for another game that they're going to be publishing, another foreign game called I don't know how it's like Develian or something like that.
Okay.
Basically, it's some foreign. It looks like Diablo. I'm going to be honest. I saw gameplay of it, and they're like, it's a large open world MMO action / RPG, and you see screenshots from whatever country it's from, and like that's Diablo. Like it looks
third person.
Yeah, it's the third person, like, overview, isometric view, basically, where you're kind of overlooking at the angle.
People still do isometric?
Like, lots of flashy shit going on, lots of, swirly swords and stuff. I'm like, this is Diablo, man. Diablo 3, just, I don't know, made by a different company, I don't know. So I know, and it's going to be another free-to-play game from Trine Worlds that's coming out, so that's in the horizon. So I did sign up for the beta for that. Who knows if anything will happen. I don't know. So there is that. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, then again, the last game that they came out with was Arcade, which absolutely sucked. So who knows? That was published in part by Trine helped to get that out.
Right, but I don't think Arcade was the last thing that Trine Worlds had. I think Trove is.
I think Trove actually predate. Well, it's kind of okay. Arcade was a foreign game first, so Trine Worlds didn't actually develop it. They just helped publish it stateside.
Right.
Whereas Trove, they're the developers of that. It's the same thing with Develian. They're not developing it. They're the publishers. Well, I'm sure they're helping with the American development aspect of it. But yeah. So I don't know where Trove fits into that timeline of Arcade, since Arcade was technically out for a couple of years already. But that's the other big game, is apparently Trove is really popular now too.
It's that Minecraft feel. Everyone loves that Minecraft feel. To be honest with you, and here's a funny thing. Lego is coming out with a world building game that's like, it's Minecraft.
Took them long enough. I'm surprised that they didn't like jump right on that bang. Like, I'm like, wait, that's our game. Holy crap, we got to make some Lego games, like where we build stuff. I'm really surprised they didn't get on that quicker.
Yeah, I am very confused as to why Lego took this long to join the party.
Well, we can show. I mean, Lego has shown that they can make. I mean, I know they're not developing them, but they've shown that they can put their name to video games.
Well, I mean, this is. To be honest with you, this is what Lego's been doing for a while. They've been coming really late to the party. I mean, they just did Lego Dimensions, which is basically Skylanders and Disney Infinity, which are two very established things. And now they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we've got this portal thing that you put your Lego member on. And
just a little behind the times.
Yeah, they're like 17 steps behind now. Okay, real quick, we do want to make a quick mention of a couple things that are coming up really, really soon. Unfortunately, unless something crazy happens, we will not have a Thursday night hangout next week because we will be in South Carolina, or at least I will be in South Carolina, and then Zealeus will be coming up. I don't know how we'll work that out. Which, of course, leads us to MonsterCon is happening next week. It starts on Thursday. Alter Confusion will not be there till Friday. Officially on Friday. but it goes Thursday to Sunday. It's in Gaffney, South Carolina. I believe there's still tickets available. We will have a fan table. Of course, we'll be giving our 2 panels. This is the first time in this new venue, so I can't tell you anything about the venue.
There's going to be rooms.
Well, I don't know. There might be rooms. Where MonsterCon was in the Furman University basketball arena, and there weren't rooms. They just literally put up like curtains to kind of section off places that they called rooms.
There will be rooms that may be sectioned off.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah.
One way to find out.
Yeah. So, MonsterCon, if you're near the Gaffney, South Carolina area, which basically means if you're in Charlotte, Columbia,
Atlanta. How far of a drive is it from here?
3 hours?
Okay.
Or wherever. Come to MonsterCon. We'll be there. The other convention that we're going to, of course, is AndoCon, which is happening the 15th and the 16th, I think, of August. Or is it the 14th, 15th? It's whatever that Saturday, Sunday is. It's just a Saturday and Sunday one, which is awesome because everybody's going to be there the entire time. It's not going to be like, well, we're here on Friday and most people are at work. What are we looking at?
Go away. Go away. 15th and 16th.
15th and 16th. AndoCon is in Atlanta. It's a local one. It's relatively small, but hell, come. Let's make it bigger.
Play board games.
There's going to be tons of board games. There's going to be 2 guys who are veterans in the pencil and paper board games, card game atmosphere. So you definitely need to come and check them out. I've had the privilege of meeting one on several different occasions. His name is Eddie Webb. He's one of the guys behind Vampire the Masquerade 20th edition. It's the newer Vampire the Masquerade, and he of course makes his own games called Pugmire. Check out his stuff. He will be at AndoCon, and of course we'll be playing games there. It's actually going to be kind of refreshing because at AndoCon we're not going to have a fan table, so we're not going to be working that. We'll only be working our panels, and then maybe I will sneak in and record some of the other panels that are going on.
Right.
But the vast majority of the time, I think we're just going to, play games. It's crazy, I know. Ultra Confusion has, for better or for worse, when we go to conventions, we're working. We usually try to break up a little bit of time so people can just wander for a bit, but then the vast majority of the time we're trying to sell the product. Mm-hmm. This one, we're basically just going to give you the panels. We'll probably continuously tell you about our panels over and 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 over again. But other than that, we're going to be just a regular attendee. I feel like there was one more thing I was supposed to mention.
I don't recall another thing to mention, sir.
Damn it.
I'm sorry.
Damn it!
We'll come to you at 4 in the morning. Go up and go online and be like, I remember
Son of a bitch!
You could just splice it in like it's meant to be.
No, I can't do that. Play independently developed games. Go to Geek Trivia every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock at Battle and Brew if you're in the Atlanta area.
Indeed, indeed.
Drink your Mountain Dew.
As Charlie tries to continue to ramble.
Check out new and crazy movies like Ex Machina, which I would probably be. Well, I don't know. What's up, Cookie Monster 7777? Do you have any questions or comments or concerns for us? Any topics that you would like to discuss? We've already covered SDCC, but we would love to chit chat with whatever topic you may bring to the table, because that's how cool we are. Good.
Never seen it. I remember seeing advertisings for it.
It just came out.
On Blu-ray.
No, right. It literally just came out for consumers to purchase.
You had to go buy it right away.
The movie. It was on sale at Target for $14.
Woo!
It's the Blu-ray and digital HD, which, oh damn it!
What?
That's ultraviolet.
No!
I'm sorry. I boycotted Ultraviolet from day one. I think it's retarded. Just if you're gonna have a digital copy, allow for the consumer to have a choice between Ultraviolet and
But piracy,
iTunes.
man, it's going to take over the world and kill us all and eat your babies.
Look, the way that Fox handles it is you have to go to their website, you have to register your redeem code, and then it asks you, do you want it on the Ultraviolet or do you want it on iTunes? You choose one, and then ta-da! It works.
Woo! That is exciting.
Stop giving away plot points!
There's an Asian girl in it?
Apparently so.
What?
No! You ruined it! Ugh.
What's a girl?
It'd be like, for all those people out there who've never heard of Final Fantasy VII.
No, don't say it, no!
Sephiroth Kyocera.
Wait, I thought it was Yuffie.
Not you. No, Yuffie. Yuffie's not in Final Fantasy VII?
Exactly! That's how off base you are.
Oh my god, dude.
Or he could
No,
kill...
that's where you are off.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to mess that up. No, she was in 10.
Stop, man! I know some stuff.
Either that or Tifa.
Not enough to actually win a trivia battle
Either that or
through.
Tifa.
Okay, Tifa's in 7.
Really change things up.
But she doesn't die. The funny
That
thing
you
is,
know of.
the funny thing is, the entire game of Final Fantasy VII, Phoenix Downs will resurrect someone.
Unless it's in a cutscene.
But apparently, Sephiroth's sword, in this one instance, maybe it's like the combination of the sword and the water that she's in, she can't come back.
But Sephiroth also gives rise to one of my favorite songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
One Wing
Fallen
Angel.
Angel. Yeah.
One Wing Angel. Whatever you want to call it, which is
Right.
absolutely phenomenal.
Well, of course. That whole soundtrack is amazing.
Square Enix does a lot of good stuff. The soundtrack they did from like when Final Fantasy 14 went from like 14 to like A Realm Reborn,
Mhm.
and the songs they did was just like, it was just orgasmic.
Okay, that's an interesting word to use.
Hey,
Yeah,
when
sure.
music is that awesome where you just sit there in a trance and you just can't move, there's just something about that type of music that's just
Sure.
like, oh my
Sure.
god, this is awesome.
There are some amazing soundtracks that I can listen to all day. One, of course, is Final Fantasy VII. Another one is Transistor. Another one is Bastion. Another one is Pan's Labyrinth.
I was gonna go with, Meatloaf, Bad Out of Hell too.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, I don't even know where are we now?
You're rambling.
I know.
That's what you do.
I know. Well, so I've been playing a game. It's free on the mobile device. It's called oh my god, what the hell is the name of the game?
I have no idea.
It's called Fallout Shelter. It's literally like also there's a lot of nudity in the movie. I would assume so because one of the previews reveals that the guy who came to like investigate the android, the creator of the androids apparently like stole the guy's the inspector's porn history to make the girl more attractive, so he would make her more human. So I'm sure that there's a ton of nudity in the
Maybe
movie.
that's what I need to do. I need to start like comparing my dating profile prospects to my porn aspects
No.
and do like a cross path of
Oh,
the
dear
two to
Jesus.
find the perfect.
Oh my god.
That's what I've been doing wrong all this time. I've been
Oh,
using
that
porn to
yours
find
is
my
weird.
perfect woman.
Oh my god, you're weird.
Ugh. Hey, it was your idea.
I did not come up with that idea.
I'm pretty sure that was your idea. I
No.
was just helping to extrapolate and further extend.
Anyways, Fallout Shelter, which ironically has a lot of
Shelters.
no, okay, so Fallout Shelter is basically like it's like an ant farm, really. I mean, it's what you start off with like with a couple of residents, and what you're trying to do is you're trying to, and Fallout, of course, is post-apocalyptic. You're trying to build this thing, a vault. Very nice. You're trying to build a vault to keep all these people alive, and part of the game is that you have to procreate. You have to put a woman and a man together, and hopefully They start dancing when they like each other,
Oh.
and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, and then they disappear into
And
the
they
back
have
of the room, and then you have smiley faces, and then the guy comes out and he goes back to work, and then the woman like paces the residential area as a pregnant woman
Nice.
for I don't know like 3 hours.
That's a quick pregnancy.
There's also
not very realistic.
So I mean you've got all of your basic necessities you've got to keep with the energy, you got to keep with the water, you got to keep with the food. There's also the ability to send individuals into the wastelands to find new armor and new guns to keep you guys safe, because from time to time you will have raider attacks, or you'll have rad roaches attack, or areas will be set on fire, and you basically you cannot leave them. Right, shit happens, and you cannot. It's one of those games you have to continuously check back
So
on.
stuff that's happening in the background, even when you have the app closed.
Yes.
So if you don't check in it for 2 days, you're like hosed, basically.
There's a chance that something might have happened and killed everyone.
Sweet.
There was a guy who had who has Fallout Shelter, and he had to go to a convention and forgot his charger.
Oh no.
So when he logged back in, all 25 of his residents were dead because of a rad roach attack.
No.
Now, of course, if a character dies, there is the chance that you could resurrect them for an exchange of currency. Problem is, currency is kind of hard to come by.
But I'm sure you can buy it in game.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Huh.
This game is free.
That's
No, that's not true. That's not true. You can buy lunchboxes.
What do lunchboxes do?
Lunchboxes have random cards that can give you. Okay, so there's kind of like a reward system in place where they give you three different things, 3 goals that you're trying to accomplish. Some of them are like collect 300 energy, so you just got to keep collecting your energy until you get 300, and then it'll give you caps, which is your money.
Okay.
Or from time to time they'll also have lunchboxes. Lunchboxes have 4 randomly assigned cards that could give you a boost of extra energy, extra food, extra water. Oh, nice. Cookie Monster 7777 is at the max on that game. I will never make the max because I can't. Okay, here's my issue. Like, I've updated the vault door, and the raiders are on the outside. I don't understand why I have to wait for the raiders to break in, and I can never kill the raiders in the first room, and then if they run into another room, even though I'm attacking the raiders, they go into another room, and then my guys are just like, whoa, that's weird. Where'd they go? I'm like, follow them, you dumbasses!
Or couldn't you like kill them while they're like outside banging on your door?
Nope, apparently not.
That'd be very convenient.
That would be convenient, but you can't, because you're sealed inside the vault. I understand that if you open up the vault, then they could just come straight in, but...
Like an outside turret or something?
I don't think you... No, there's no outside turret. At least I don't think there is.
That's unfortunate.
But as you gain residence, you unlock new rooms that you can build to better your statistics, because you've got strength, you've got perception, you've got agility, endurance, intelligence, charisma,
Luck.
It actually spells out special.
Ah.
That's what all the things are.
Aha.
It's an interesting game, but it is so time consuming because I always want to come back and look. The other thing is, if you send someone off to the wastes, do not go to sleep, because they will continue to go in the wastes until they die, or you have them come back. Now, let's say you send someone out for 5 hours. Literally 5 hours. Like, it's 9, almost 9:10 right now. If I send someone out, and it is 2:10, and I say, come back, that person hopefully is still alive. 1, still alive, and 2, hopefully they gain some. You can gain experience that way. You can gain extra money that way. You can gain clothing and guns. But if you go 5 hours out, it takes 2.5 hours for them to come back. It's half the time that they spend in the waste is how much time it takes to get back.
But do you have to tell them after the 5 hours to come back? They just don't come back on their own?
No, they will continue to go until you say, come back!
That's kind of silly.
I had a guy go out there for 7 hours and 50 minutes. I forgot about him. He somehow survived.
Wow. He's good.
And he had an entire full inventory of stuff, which
Nice.
was awesome. So, I mean, that got me a lot of
Currency?
awards.
Awards.
The goals, I completed a lot of them. It's like, collect 5 different uniforms. So, well, there it is.
Nice.
Collect 3 different guns. There it is. So it's an interesting game. Check it out. It's for free. Of course, they're trying to hook you so that when Fallout 4 comes out in the near future, you will absolutely have to 100% get that game.
Of course.
I know we're almost out of time, but I do want to mention one thing, and this is just true sadness. And I was so excited about something that happened this week. I was excited about it until it actually happened, and I got really depressed.
Okay.
Prime Day.
But toilet paper. Soap. Stuff.
Someone has said, you know, they were promising like $400 like TVs. They're usually like $1,500, and I'm like, oh yeah.
No, that didn't.
And that happened like I don't know when.
I know they had SD cards on Crazy Sales, but apparently they like went out of stock within like the second that they went on sale. Like literally, that second they were out of stock.
My favorite analogy is literally, it was an Amazon garage sale. They're like, shit, look at all this crap we have in the warehouse.
Pretty much.
Let's get rid of it. We'll make an amazing event, and you can only do it if you're a Prime member.
Oh yes, I saw that. Which I'm not, so I didn't really care.
We
But
got,
even the sales I saw, I was like, I can live.
we got
Toilet paper.
toilet paper, diapers, shampoo, some cereal.
Dog.
No,
A cat.
no.
A ferret.
They weren't selling live people.
Well, that's disappointing. No, cats are not. Well, dogs are not live people. They're live animals. There's a difference between
Oh, for the
people
love-
and animals.
You live whatever. You can't. It's not like you can log on to Amazon and go, oh, I would like a red-tailed shark.
It's kind of surprising, actually.
What, they don't deal in livestock? Do you
Amazon
know how
sells-
many crazy ass rules you would have to?
Amazon sells a lot of shit. I'm just saying.
Look, they will sell you cheese and milk, though. Saying
Well, it's got to be the right kind of cheese. They can't sell you every type of cheese.
they could sell you breast milk cheese.
You're not getting my milk out of my breast, Joe.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You're the one who said it, not me.
I didn't say your breast milk.
I don't
You
know.
don't have breast
You
milk.
said breast milk and started looking at me. You're kind of
Okay.
creeping me out.
I wasn't looking at you. I haven't looked at you the entire time. I'm looking at the computer screen.
Yeah, you're looking at me on the screen.
I'm not looking at you on the screen. I'm looking at the chat room. Deep voices. Yes, breast milk cheese. I don't know.
I'll just sip on my pepper jack.
I'll take my Jarlsberg.
There you go.
Or my Swiss. Or my cheddar.
Munster.
Sharp cheddar.
Pepper jack.
No, thank you.
That's what I do.
Anyways, okay. So unfortunately we are nearing the end of this, but I do want to mention a couple of quick things. I have a ton of games to play. So be on the lookout for a lot of reviews, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm going to try to get some games done this weekend, but I can't promise anything because I also have a side project that I need to complete. So it may not get done. Well, the side project will get done. The game reviews won't.
Gotcha.
But be on the lookout for quite a few game reviews by me.
Right on.
Sorry, Dismarius. I apologize.
Starts at 8 every Thursday.
Except for next Thursday because we're going to be on our way to a convention. But hopefully, I know I did stream this week, and hopefully I can increase the number of streams. That's all right. Cool. It's fine. Yeah, we record. We both broadcast and record. If you want to catch the episode, you could just go to alteredconfusion.com, or of course, you can also go to YouTube. We've got a YouTube channel.
Twitch, which you're on probably now, actually.
Yeah, you're on Twitch. So, and of course, Facebook,
Woo,
and
Facebook.
Twitter.
Put the book in the face.
The Book of Face. which didn't really help us out much last night because we were looking for extra trivia people and no one wanted to come to play trivia with us. But that's okay. 2 legit for 4. Got negative 2 points. So
It's all right. Alrighty.
all right, so anyways, thank you for tuning into the Alta Confusion Thursday Night Hangout for myself, Charlie, and Zealeus. It's been a pleasure to give you the craziness coming out of our minds and sometimes out of our mouths. Be on the lookout for the next, it's probably going to be in 2 weeks that we do the next live show. Maybe we, if we can get a good enough internet signal, maybe we do a special while we're at the convention. Who knows? But until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you soon.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.